Hey, everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, your source for Second Amendment news. Doing one a little different today. I'm operating through Google Hangouts, so I hope this is up to par. But we're going to do something a little special tonight, something kind of different. If you haven't watched my video I posted probably about 45 minutes ago about what's going on in Rhode Island, please take the time sometime tonight to check that out. There's a big meeting tomorrow in Rhode Island. 17 bills on firearms. Most of them are anti-gun, and they could really use our help as a community. So if you're in or around Rhode Island, like if you're in Southern Mass, or Mass in general, or Connecticut, or you just want to take the ride to Rhode Island to help out, the meeting is tomorrow, and the video will tell you all about it. But thank you all for joining. Looks like we have 164 people in the room already. Thank you very much. Momentarily, Pete from Great Road Firearms will be joining us. He's having a little technical difficulty on his end with the Google Hangouts. So once that is hammered down, he will be in here with us, going to explain how to get a federal firearms license, how to open up your own gun shop. I figured with all the negativity out there going around regarding guns and stuff, maybe we should spread some good information and how to start your own business and become a federally licensed firearms dealer, should you choose to do that. So I don't think you see that a lot out there and information on how to do that. Most of the information is on how not to do that. So let's change that. Let me start real quick looking into the chat room here. I don't know how long the delay is here on the Google Hangouts part, but let's say hi to everybody. Rich, good seeing you, my friend. We got Boz, Winslow, Mr. Boston Marine. We got Rat Finder in here. A lot of Silver Liberty. What's we got in here? Joe Dano, how we doing, guys? Little Pigs. Celtics to the finals. We'll see. You're going to Rhode Island. Very good, Joseph. Good. Dirty Roofer, how is everybody doing? Whoa, this thing just updated on me. All right. Well. All right. So, hey, Nantucket, how you doing? Did you get hammered with the storm? All right, so everybody, thank you all for being here. It's been a long time since I've, hey Brendan, what's up? Been a long time since I've done a live stream for a multitude of reasons, changed careers, went back to my original career, and now I'm working overnights, and it is absolutely kicking my ass. So it's been tough to get used to sleeping during the day, never mind still getting into the studio and editing and doing all that stuff. So give me some time. We'll be back to the crazy routine of the YouTube. Also, while we're waiting for Pete, let me looks like he's not in yet. But one thing I wanted to mention, thank you to the couple of viewers who sent me links to my channel. Was actually on New England Cable News, not in a good way, but I will do a little blurb, a little video on that tomorrow, and I'll insert that into the video so y'all can see it, because I don't know how to share it on a live stream. I might be able to share my screen. We'll try it in a second while we wait for Pete. Give it a shot. But long story short, there was a politician here in Massachusetts that was testifying on gun bills and had the gall to say that the Second Amendment is a privilege, not a right. So I directed everybody to her email, her telephone number, her address, and she got inundated. It wasn't just me. It was Goal, which is the NRA's branch here in Massachusetts, as well as numerous other pro-gun entities. And typical liberal, started crying and saying we were attacking her and saying mean things. And hey,
am I here now?
We got Pete in here.
Finally, can you hear me?
So that was kind of interesting to see my channel live on NECN. Let me see. There's Pete. All right, so Pete, give me a second here. We'll even get you live, get you set up audio wise because I don't hear you.
I'm here.
Let me see if I can turn this. All right. My earphones. Put these bad Larrys back in now that we got them on. Give me a second, guys. The technical difficulties looks like they've been fixed. So everybody, the way this will work is while I'm talking, you'll see me, and when Pete talks, you'll see him, and hopefully we can get this to go smooth and have a nice little back and forth. All right. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
All right. Gotcha.
I don't have any headphones because I'm still at the shop.
Okay.
So I kind of worked my way into like right before we got on the phone, and I'm like at like 7:05. I'm like, shoot, I'm supposed to be on a video conference.
All right. So let's go here. All right, so let me do an official invitation / introduction and everything else. So first off, thank you for everybody for supporting this channel. And Pete has been a huge backer of this channel. And without him, a lot of this wouldn't have happened. And he has been very gracious as he's a new business owner here as far as opening his own gun shop in Massachusetts, something that we need more of. And he has gone out of his own way, and he's going to put up a free firearm, a Smith & Wesson Shield, for one lucky subscriber here on the channel once we hit 100,000 subscribers. We are getting very close quickly, so I want to thank him officially. So we're going to invite and introduce Pete from Great Road Firearms. Pete, thank you for joining us, and I want you to tell everybody a little bit about the store real quick.
So my name's Peter. I've been in my own businesses for a long time. So I've been in everything from, from being in a business with my father, my mother, and then growing on to doing my own businesses. So so this is kind of like a blah, blah, blah. I lost the train of thought. This is kind of something that I wanted to do for a long time, opening a firearm shop. So this past year, I, looking around. First thing I did to do this work, I got an attorney. You want an attorney in Massachusetts to open a firearm shop. You really do. Because if you don't have one, it's crazy, the paperwork.
All right. So you're just about to do an official opening. We have a lot of viewers that are from Mass. You want to tell them give them the official name and the location, and let's put you out there. Let's promote it. So
I'm going to be opening, I think it's the March 10th. That's the Saturday that's coming up. So it's this week. That's going to be the grand opening. We'll be open at 10 o'clock in the morning. And we haven't set the times for the grand opening, but if you get here early at 10 or 11 o'clock, we'll have coffee and donuts. Probably around 12:30. We'll be open at 10 o'clock in the morning. Oh, what? Hold on a minute. I hit my mute button I didn't hit my mute button on my computer. So so we'll be open around 10 o'clock. We'll be serving coffee and donuts from like 10 to about noon, 12:30ish, and then we're gonna have some hors d'oeuvres and some other stuff. I don't know what we're planning to do for that stuff. I left that up to my mother because she likes to do the cooking and all that stuff. So I don't know what she's got planned. She won't tell me. It's a surprise. So I'm sure it's gonna be like cheese and crackers and stuff like that. But it'll be a fun time.
All right. And what's the address?
The address is 128 Great Road, Stowe, Mass. So I'm right on 117.
All right. So everybody who is in Massachusetts, I expect to see you. Maybe not that day, but I expect you all to show a business owner or somebody who's willing to put his mouth and his money on the line to help support the Second Amendment. I hope that you all can make the journey up there. I'm going to be up there more often than not. It's actually close to where I am working now. So I hope to see you all there. I'm going to do the best I can I will be there opening day. I'm not sure what time yet because I got forced to do some work, but we'll make it happen. We'll get you as many people as we can and help supply some folks with some freedom seeds and the tools of the Second Amendment.
There you go. So I wanted to thank Guns and Gear for having me on. He's been great to work with. And if you guys can support his channel, that'd be great. Get him over 100,000 subscribers so he can get that little frame and plaque that he wants to put on the back wall.
Well, I want to get there just to force YouTube because it's every month that goes by it gets worse with the pressure that's put on the gun channels. Just lately you had Hank Strange's channel, which was deleted and then given back to him. You had the Military Arms channel, which got a couple strikes immediately, where that forced Tim to put his stuff all private so that he could fight the strikes. And in the news this week, it came out that YouTube was actually using a left-wing liberal political party, I think it was out of Florida, to put vet channels and put strikes up. So they were just putting strikes up on anything that mentioned gun or they didn't like. So hopefully it'll get a little better for us. But just real quick for everybody who's chatting, I lost the chat. I'm just trying to pull it back up here on my iPad. So if you're asking questions, I will get back to that. Stand by. I apologize. I don't know why this is being a pain, but that is technology. So let's start at the beginning. Why did you want to get an FFL?
I've been in I've been in the firearms since I've been like 5 years old. I think I got my first BB gun at 5.
Nice.
My dad's been in firearms all his life. When I was, I think, 10, I got my first 22 rifle, pump action 22. I think it was I forget what it was. It was a Remington, I think, and it was a pump action. It held like 15 22s. He got me into the shooting sports. And then from there, I kind of just went crazy with it.
All right.
So it's, but then when I had my FID card at the age of 15. When I turned 18, I bought some shotguns, some bolt actions, got into that. I still have most of those. And then when I turned 21, I went and got my license to carry. And then I looked on for more training.
Cool. So for those who are watching who might be interested in getting their federal firearms license, why don't you maybe go step by step and let's explain to the folks how they can do it? Because I know this is a question I've bounced off myself a couple times, and I didn't really know where to start. And this is somebody who deals with guns all the time. So maybe you can give everybody an idea of if they wanted to do it, how would they start?
So, first of all, in Massachusetts, you cannot have a firearm shop in your house or your garage. It cannot be a residential area. It has to be commercial area. It has to be zoned for commercial use. So the first thing I went and did and found the property that I wanted to open the shop in. After I found the property, I talked to the landlord about getting a tenant at will lease. What a tenant at will lease is, it's basically if I want to get out, I give him 30 days. And if he wants me out, he gives me 30 days. So
Okay.
that's what I did. It took about 4 months to get the shop opened. After I did that, I notified the police chief, the chief law enforcement officer in my town, and I asked him what I needed to do to open up a firearm shop or a federally regulated dealer, FFL.
Okay.
He basically said, we're going to have a meeting. Where's your location looking at doing it? And I emailed back and forth with him a couple times about what I'm going to do, what I'm going to sell, how I'm going to set the shop up, that stuff. And then we had a meeting with, he was there, the fire chief was there, the zoning board and building inspector was there, and the planning board, somebody from the planning board was there. So we sat down one day in the shop and we talked a couple hours about how to get the licensing, made sure everybody was good with it. It was about a 2-hour meeting, I think. And then once we did that, the time was racing to get to fill out the federal paperwork to get your FFL. If you ever filled up, you think you have a lot of paperwork to do as a regular business. I have double. So I have my regular business paperwork, and then I have my FFL paperwork I got to keep track of. Once I submit it to the ATF, they have 60 days to get back to you. And I think I got mine back in 38 days. Now, remember, I did this with an attorney. I did this with Think Pink Law, who's a Second Amendment attorney. She's awesome at what she does.
Good.
She does a lot of FFL stuff for gun shops. And so I did that with her. We filled out the paperwork. I had to go down to the police station, get fingerprinted. I think it was like 3 or 4 different fingerprint cards, and then get some pictures, submitted the paperwork. If you put on the paperwork, it's one question: Are you getting an FFL to sell firearms or something like that? It's are you getting a FFL to sell firearms? If you hit no to that, they're not going to give you FFL. Say you want the FFL just so you can get around some mass law and you're not actually going to sell firearms, they're not going to give you the FFL for that.
Well, that's good to know.
The FFL, you have to sell firearms. It's a business license basically to sell. It's no such thing as getting an FFL just to get it, just to have and not sell it. They don't require you to sell. they don't require you like to sell so many a month or anything, but if you answer the question no, they're just going to deny you. Second thing is they go through a lengthy background check on you, and they do a lot of checking on you. And some of the questions on the thing are confusing because you can get like 4 or 5. It's like 10 different licenses you can get. So one license is a 01, another license is 02. The only difference between one of them is one's for pawn shops and one's for regular gun shops. I'm a regular gun shop.
Okay.
And then you got a 03, which is fully automatic. And then you got a 07, that's a manufacturer license. So that's part of the feds. So once you get your federal license back, once you hear back from the feds, they usually email you, text you, or call you. The agent will call you, text you, or email you to say, okay, we need to set up a meeting. So what he'll do is he'll come out to the location, and he'll come out to the location. It's about a 4 or 5 hour meeting, depending on how many questions you had.
And this is the ATF for those following along, correct?
What?
Is this an ATF agent that comes out to speak with you?
What did you say?
For the license, is it an ATF agent that comes and does this meeting?
Yeah, it's an ATF agent. It's one of their ATF agents. They when they show up, they show you their ID, and they show you their credentials, and then you're supposed to respond with a driver's license and your license to carry in Massachusetts, so they know they're identifying the right person that they're coming to see.
Right.
The ATF agent was a very nice guy. It's nothing to be scared about. He's there to help you. He actually gave me his business card after and says, hey, if you have any questions, anything like that, you call me anytime you want. So he was basically going over federal law, what's the federal requirements, how to do the background check forms, how to do the multiple handgun forms, all that stuff. So he went over all that, and then what happened after that? He was trying to figure out. So basically, when he comes out there, he wants to tell you about how you're supposed to keep a logbook and all this stuff. So every gun that comes in here, rifle or pistol, I have 5 days to log it into my books, and I have to keep a bound book with all the serial numbers, where I got it from, all that stuff. And then when I sell it to somebody, I have 48 hours to log it out of my book, something like that. It's pretty intense.
So now, as a gun shop in Massachusetts, you can get some of the cool toys that some folks in the state might want to look at, correct? Like the 19X.
Yeah, I can get the cool toys. I can't sell it to them.
Yeah, I know. Well, to certain folks, those who are cool. Now, as a shop,
like
a physical shop,
I can sell to any active law enforcement officer. So meaning that if you come in and you show me your police ID and you sign a piece of paper saying that you actually work for this agency and you're going to use it for duty use, I can sell that. I can sell anything to them. They walk on water in this state, law enforcement. But me personally, I can possess stuff that's not mass compliant or not mass compliant for, like, I can possess like the Glock 17 round magazines. I just can't sell them. I can't actually the state says I can't even carry them as like carrying them in my gun for self-defense.
Isn't that amazing? You can buy them and sell them to certain people, but you can't carry them because you're not cool enough for the for the state. It's amazing.
Yeah, no, the feds. It's funny because I was telling the feds that I was doing the giveaway with Jared, and they had no problem with it as long as I'm willing to do the paperwork. So they didn't have a problem with that. So after I did the feds and they issued me a temporary FFL number, which then after, I forgot to say, when I met with the police, the ATF, the police chief and the fire chief came down to just support the.
Ooh.
So they actually supported the idea for the gun shop in the town. So they came down and talked to the ATF to make sure he didn't have any questions for me.
All right. So let me pause you real quick 1 second before I forget, because I just got the live chat back up. and I want some of our viewers to ask some questions because I believe that a lot of people might be interested in this. So I want to thank Not So Serious. He made a $2 donation to the channel, so thank you, sir. Um, please know that I wasn't ignoring you. I just lost the live chat. And Darwin Ortega, he made a donation, so thank you all. I appreciate your support. It's support from the actual viewers, both here on YouTube and on the Patreon, that are keeping this going right now because YouTube is trying to kill us. So those of you who are in the chat, if you want to ask a specific question, just make it so I can see it because it scrolls pretty quick. So maybe put a bunch of American flags and then ask your question on the the emojis, so I'll be able to see it. But one question that I did see, Pete, is do you have a tax stamp? Is he there? Oh, looks like he took that business call. Don't blame him. All right, so we'll wait for Pete to get done with that. But again, yeah, ask a bunch of questions, guys and gals, if you want. I will give you all the information. He gave us the address, but I will also put that in the description for later. All right, Pete. So one of the questions that one of the viewers has asked is, do you have a tax stamp?
No, I'm not a class 3 dealer.
Okay.
That's class 3. Anything to do with like suppressors or anything with a tax stamp, you need to become a class 3 dealer. And I don't have that yet. I got to just get my paperwork in for that. But
okay, so there's something you're going towards?
What?
Is something you're moving towards?
Yeah, I'm moving towards it. I just wanted to get the regular FFL up and running because you got to understand, people need to understand something. Just to get the store up with no inventory in it, it cost me about $35,000.
Wow. Yeah, it's
that's with permits, licensing, just to get the shelves, get the store built out, and to get it so it meets the chief of police's requirements and the fire chief's requirements and the town's requirements.
yeah, and then inventory is going to set you back a bunch of money too. So
to stock this store fully, it's going to set me back probably as much as 80 or 90,000.
wow.
Which I don't have that kind of money. I'm doing it off just my life savings. So, I probably have right now a good 50,000 invested, 60,000 into the company.
So there you go, guys and gals. This guy is putting his life savings on the line for this shop. So please let's go and show him some love every day you can.
The last 4 months, I've been living off of like a little bit of money. I actually went back to working as an EMT at nights to afford to pay for the shop.
Oh, so you're doing the overnights or the 3 to 11?
I'm doing whatever they want me to do. Mostly overnights right now.
Nice. All right, let's see if we got some other questions popping up here. I got some people checking in from Arizona.
Arizona's a great state.
It is. All right, so there's
New
people
Hampshire's looking better and better every day.
Yeah, I know, huh? People are asking again for the location of the shop, so why don't you for the people who just joined, give the address again, promote the hell out of it.
So the shop name is Great Road Firearms. I'm located on 117 in Stowe, Mass. So the address is 128 Great Road, Stowe, Massachusetts. The zip code 01775.
Awesome.
And Jared, if you want underneath when this posts to your channel, if you want to post that address, you're welcome to.
Okay, absolutely. And you want me to put a contact phone number for the shop yet, or you want to wait till everything's official?
Yeah, you can put. You want the phone number to the shop?
Yeah, put it out here.
I'm still actually at the shop, guys, because I was cleaning up and I kind of ran into a little forgot about it tonight. So you can also eventually visit us on the website. We got www.greatroadfirearms.com. That's not up and running yet. I'm still working it out with the website designer. And then our phone number here at the shop, 978-298-5401. Again, it's Great Road Firearms, Stowe, Massachusetts. We're located at 128 Great Road, Stowe, Mass. Our phone number here at the shop is 978-298 298-5401. So you're welcome to call us. We're actually running a promotion. If you come to opening day, the first 10 people, and Jared will be automatically included, will get a free t-shirt.
Hey, now check that out.
So free Great Road Firearms T-shirt. And if you guys need anything, we're here for you. Our normal transfer fee will be $25. So if you buy something and like on Gunbroker and you're like regretting the next day and you live close or you don't mind driving out here for the day, it's a $25 transfer fee. So it's pretty nice.
Now, for those of you who don't know what transfer fee costs are, that's a deal. I can tell you where I am, even from people who I know personally who have shops around here, that Pete's undercut them. So he's taken out of his wallet, out of his profit to help us. So keep that in mind. Another question that
And
came
if
up,
you
Pete.
come,
Yeah, go ahead.
go ahead, Jerry.
All right. One question that came up is, will you be selling online via your website?
Eventually, not right away. I'm still working on the website. I got to get the shop opened and
Okay.
start bringing in some money.
Yeah, I don't blame you. All right. Guy, you can finish what you were saying, my friend.
So, I forgot my train of thought. I forgot.
No problem.
I forgot what I was going to say.
So you got a
If
couple.
I think about it, I'll just interrupt.
Yeah, no problem.
Apologize.
There's a couple people who are mentioning, a gun shop in Stowe. Shocker. How the liberal elites.
It's actually all over Facebook.
That's
It's like 10 of them that talk about the Facebook page. That don't want it, but I haven't got anybody like protesting or anything. And if anybody comes on the property, I just have to call the police department. They'll come and trespass them.
good. Put a
You know,
sign
and
up.
I'm all for. Let me tell you something. I'm all for First Amendment rights, but that doesn't exceed going on somebody else's property.
Good. Yeah, well, everybody should have safety in their own business and home. Never mind having some Antifa clowns come and wreck it.
I'm just, and also the feds told me at any point I can deny somebody. So if you walk in here and I don't like the way you're walking in here, or I don't like your shoelaces, I can tell you to get out.
So nobody go to the shop with shoelaces on.
No. But what I'm saying is, I'm just using it as an example. I can just tell you to get out. Now, this is something shocking to you guys. Massachusetts has legalized weed in the state. So on the federal level, it's not legal. So if you answer yes to a question on the feds, they ask you if you're under the influence of marijuana or any of that kind of substance. If you answer yes, I can't sell you the firearm.
Yeah, it's the hidden agenda behind the legalization of marijuana in the country. Nobody thought of that. Not to pat myself, but a few of us put videos out that was exactly what they were trying to do, was to do backdoor gun control by letting people smoke weed legally, and that's exactly what happened. So it's not just this state that's doing it. There's states all across the country who have legalized either recreational or medicinal. You answer yes on that, you smoke wet marijuana, you're not getting a gun.
Yeah, you're not going to get a gun, and if you answer wrong to any of those questions, I can't sell you a gun, and I can't tell you how to answer those questions. I can help you. I can kind of tell you what they mean, but I can't tell you how to answer them, or I'll get in trouble.
Yeah.
It's a federal farm.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people don't get. Ask the people in Hawaii, because the state took everybody whose name was on that legalization or medicinal marijuana list, and they submitted them to the NICS system. So that didn't work out well for Hawaii.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because I just got done with the Merck's guy who does the state registration. Yeah. He's actually a cool guy. He's actually a gun guy, believe it or not.
Good.
But he's a good guy, and he was telling me, yeah, this is what's on the roster. Even though the Gen 4 Glocks are on the roster, doesn't mean it's on the Attorney General's roster.
Yeah, so, and it's crazy.
Dude, I got the roster right here, updated from Friday. The Target roster, and then I got the regular roster. Is
the SIG 365 approved yet? Did they pay the extortion money?
No, not yet. But what I'm saying, it'll tell you that. Let me see if I can find it quick. It'll tell you it's Glocks are legal. Where is it? Is this the wrong? I got like 3 lists here that I have to look at.
Well, Glocks are legal. They're legal to own in Massachusetts, but
it's illegal for me to sell.
right, for FFLs can't sell them, but I could sell one privately only
You
because
could sell one privately, or in Massachusetts, I can do, if I know you, because I got to cover my own butt. I can do a frame transfer.
right, but that's
that's pulling the gray line there, and
yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna get into that too much.
Yeah, we're gonna keep
you
that
have to
quiet
be,
so the Mar Healey's of the world don't know that stuff. So
yeah, no, you have to be somebody I know really well. You know, I'm not gonna just do it for anybody because I don't want to put my business on the line because this is how I'm gonna be making my living. So, and I'm probably not gonna pull a paycheck for the first 3 years. So.
all right, a couple questions coming in from David C. Is I'm gonna assume this is a yes, but is the MMP 2.0 compact approved yet in Mass? I believe it was.
What is it?
The MMP 2.0, the compact.
I think it's either going through testing or it got approved.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
you mentioned something about that.
Yeah, I know they submitted. I thought it was approved, and maybe they're just going through the process still.
I know he mentioned about that. He mentioned something about the M&P something. I just don't remember what he mentioned because he mentioned about a lot of new things that have got approved or are going to be on the roster. Some things that I can't say, but you know, he just didn't want me to blurt things out. But you know, I have to be. I'm kind of being watched by a lot of different people, so I have to be very careful of what I do and say.
Yeah, it's welcome to this club.
You can't. You know what I mean? I can't be, you know, I got to act professional the whole time because I'm too regulated over here. So it's crazy, you know? Yeah, I know you're through the same club. I'm surprised you still even have a YouTube channel, Jared.
Yeah, me too. I was really, when I was setting this up, I had to do a test to see if it was actually going to go on, thanks to NECN.
Yeah, no, I got, just so you guys know, hopefully me and Jared will do something a couple times a month. You know, he'll maybe come down to the shop once a month or something. We'll do a review on some kind of cool gun, and we'll put it on my channel. I have a YouTube channel also, Great Road Firearms.
Go sub them now. Well,
What?
after this, I'm telling everybody to go sub your channel after this is over.
So, you know, you'll see Jared up there. I got to put some graphics up on it. I haven't had a chance. But everything that was done here, like like I had to modify a lot of stuff. If you don't mind, Jared, I'll show him around a little bit.
Oh, go right ahead, man. This is an opportunity for you to sell your shop because we need more of these here, not just in Mass, but in the whole country because they're all against us right now, man.
Yeah. Let me see if I can turn the camera. Can I turn the camera?
Just turn the phone, man.
Yeah, I can. I'm gonna turn the phone. So everything you see, like this was just a blank shop, so I had to do everything or find people to do it. So all our graphics here are done by a local graphics guy, and he does cool graphics. I can't see what I'm showing, but this is a picture of Himujimo, I think.
Himujima.
Himujima, and he put that up. He printed it out on a crazy cool printer, and he put it up. And eventually, we'll be cutting this out, and it'll be slat wall, so I can hang stuff there. That's a pretty cool picture.
Yeah, it is.
And then we got the Gaston flag over here on this wall. I think we can see it if I step back a little bit. But we got that over there. That's pretty cool. We'll be hanging stuff there. And then the back wall was pretty cool too. Show you that. We got some cool graphics in the shop too. I don't know if you can see that. If I step back enough, it's a big image. It's basically like an army guy or some military guy shooting an M2 mini machine gun. So we got some cool images in the shop to look at. Well, not just like your average gun shop where we like, I hate those gun shops. Like, I don't know if anybody knows about Four Seasons and a couple of the gun shops that look like they have a banner from like 1965 and it's no graphics on the wall. It looks like they could pack up any day and leave. I mean, it's a bunch of them out there.
Yeah, I don't think Four Seasons is leaving anytime soon, though. They're doing really, really good.
Oh, no, I love it. You know, Kyle up there is awesome. He's a good friend of mine.
Yeah, he's an awesome dude. I talk
to Kyle all the time. He's a good guy.
He's taking, don't let my wife hear this, but he's taking several thousands of dollars from me, so.
Oh, you're gonna start giving me that money?
Yeah, yeah.
I'll give you
Hey,
the same
we can
prices,
talk.
Jared. I'll give you the same pricing. But then I have on the side of my counter, I have all the most of the gun friendly organizations there on the side of the counter when you walk in. So
Cool.
it's a pretty cool setup. If any of you guys at the last Marlboro Gun Show, I was at the Marlboro Gun Show. I'll be doing those. So if you guys are in Marlboro, come by and say hi. Because anytime it's a Marlboro Gun Show, we'll probably be up at the gun show. You know, so.
All right, so we went over the FFL process. Why don't you give us a quick rundown of how to open up a gun shop here in the People's Republic of Massachusetts?
All right, so we go over the FFL. Then we got to go, after I get my temporary permit, I got to fill out more paperwork, go and get more fingerprints, and go and get more pictures done. For each license, so every state has a separate license. So everything has a separate license. So I have a license to sell, buy, trade, and I think rent or something, or lease firearms. I have a license to sell and deal in ammunition, and then I have a gunsmithing license. And it's 3 separate licenses that you have to get from the state. They're about, I think they're $100 a piece. My the town of Stowe was good to me and gave me a little bit of a better deal than that. So that's like $300 for the state permits. And then after you get those issued to you, you got to wait for a guy to come out here and go over how to log the guns in off and on the website, the state website, the Merck system that we have.
Cool.
And that took about
A couple people are asking, I believe I already know the question, and the answer, but I'm going to let you answer it. Do you have a range attached to your shop?
No. I wish I do. I have, let's put it this way, within 15 minutes, I got about 10 ranges. Within a half hour, 15 minutes, I got about 10 gun clubs. Within a half hour, I got about 30 or 40 gun clubs.
Nice. All right, so we got actually Terry. Oh, I'll save your last name, but Terry says he wants to open up a gun shop across from Jerry Brown's mansion in California. So hopefully,
I don't know what California requires for opening up a shop. I just know what the requirements are for Massachusetts. I would go look into it.
Yeah, I'd like he would let it happen too. Bruins, thank you very much for a donation to the channel. I appreciate it. He says this is what he's saying with his donation. He says, I really want his business to succeed. I could help on weekends, not asking for pay, just the experience. I'll sign a waiver or whatever. So you got people already.
Where if he tell him if he wants to call me with the phone number on the store. You can call me at the store at 978-298-5401. He can call me there tomorrow if he wants, and we'll talk, because we can use some guys behind the counter over here. One of the requirements is you got to be over 21 and you got to have LTC in the state of Massachusetts.
All right. Now here's a question from a friend that we both know, from Mass Gun Rights. He says, will Governor Baker attend the opening of the shop?
I don't think so.
Did you invite him?
Mr. McMahon. I know Mr. McMahon's going to attend, and I think Jeff Deal said he's going to try to make it out sometime. But I don't think Governor Baker will try to make it out.
All right. Shocker.
Let's put it this way. I ran for selectman in the town I live in Maynard, and I contacted him to see if he wanted to come out and help me campaign for my run as selectman, and he wouldn't even respond back to me.
Yeah, it's because you didn't.
And I ran as a Republican candidate too. So.
Yeah, well, you didn't send him an envelope.
So I didn't send him an envelope full of cash either. I guess that was why. But I don't know.
So you mentioned Jay McMahon's coming. Is he coming on the 10th?
I think he's going to try to make it out here.
Okay. So for those, and I'll call Jay to see if he's going to lock it down or whatever. But for those of you who are in and around Massachusetts, or you're going to show up at the shop on the 10th, Jay McMahon, you've heard his name here on the channel a couple times. He's running for Attorney General here in Massachusetts to dethrone Maura Healey, who's a tyrannical freak of a person. No love from me or any gun owner in the state, but he's running against her, and he needs all the support we can get to actually get somebody who's a pro-gun person in that corner
Jared,
office.
He was telling me he needs more signatures. If you guys want to sign his nomination papers, I have them down here. So if you guys come that day, you haven't signed his nomination papers, and you're a voter in Massachusetts, please sign them. Ask me for them before you leave.
Awesome. Yeah, and make sure that you only sign the form for your town. You just
Yep.
can't have everybody signing the page. So if Pete tells you to hold on a second and pulls out a second piece of paper or eighth piece of paper, it's not because of the shoelaces you're wearing. It's because that's the way the nomination papers work. It has to actually be a physical
Yeah.
form for each town.
Yeah. So if I don't have a form, I'll start your form. You know, and I'm sure Jared will be there to help, and Mr. McMahon hopefully will be there, or somebody from his campaign will be there to help. I got to give him credit. His office staff is very friendly.
He's the whole crew. I know his family. I know his wife, and I know his daughter, and the whole family's just good people, man. They're just good people.
They're just good people. They're down to earth people, unlike some politicians we got.
That's the key word, is politician. But let's see. Kluki84, how we doing? He's mentioning, just throwing Jay out there again. Jay McMahon, March 25th from 5 to 8, the Gardner Beagle Club. It's also going to be a spaghetti dinner to raise money for the McMahon campaign. Tickets available at the door and for sale before the event soon. So awesome. There's people trying to get the guy elected. So that's good.
We got to get him in. It's nobody else.
Nope.
That's going to do what he's going to do for us.
And here's something from Mass Gun Rights. Jay McMahon will be on Activate Worcester in the studio Wednesday night. It's going to be also streamed Facebook Live, and will play on Charter Cable over the following 2 weeks. So if you don't know anything about Jay, there's a perfect opportunity to go meet him, and also to watch him on TV and on Facebook. And I know Jay's going to tell you all about him and what he stands for.
And the other one, too, is that you guys want to look out at Jeff Dale, too, who's running against Elizabeth Warren for senator.
Absolutely.
He's a good pro-gun guy. I questioned. He showed up actually at the Marlboro Gun Show, too. Him and Jay McMahon have been showing up together. They're good buddies. And, you know, he's somebody else we have to watch and get him in there, too.
Yep. Yeah.
He actually, because I asked him the hard question. I said to him when I saw him, I said, Are you actually just playing this game of being on the Second Amendment, or are you actually a real Second Amendment? First thing he did is pull out his carry permit.
Yeah, he's been good to me. They both have. They both came to speak in front of the state capitol when we did the rally.
Yeah,
not too long ago. So they're two solid candidates.
No, I just wanted to put it out there because it seems like we pushed Jay McMahon, but we should be pushing Jeff Dale too.
Absolutely,
a little bit too.
Absolutely. So what else would you want folks to know about your shop? What can they expect? Let's get all the info you want out there.
So I got some cool graphics, like I said. Don't expect a shitload of inventory because I can't afford it right now. But we can get anything that you guys would want that's mass compliant. Usually I can get a handgun or a rifle as long as it's not like allocated or crazy. I can get it usually in 3 days into the shop. So we'll have the common stuff. We'll have the shields. I got a couple P320s in the shop. I think I got a Colt 1911 coming 9mm that just became mass compliant. I got some stuff in the shop, but I'm trying to grab some more money and put some more money into it little by little.
Don't drop those 320s, okay?
What?
Don't drop those 320s.
These are the ones that have been recrawled already.
All right.
These are the newer ones that they just came out with. I don't drop guns.
Yeah,
the funny
I know.
Thing is that
most people don't.
I don't drop a gun, and I can't drop it, that precise to make it fire. It's like that I think that was kind of ridiculous, but whatever.
All right, couple questions for you, buddy. Will you be offering, maybe not right away, but will you be offering LTC classes in the shop where people can get their licenses?
Yes, eventually. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do it. We'll be trying to do that. My shop is only about 800 square feet, so I'll have to move some racks around and stuff, but we should be able to do that.
Awesome.
I gotta get a good group of instructors together too.
All right. What about transferring ammo in? You mentioned you'd transfer firearms for the $25 fee. If somebody orders ammo online, most places won't sell to the individual now in mass, but they will sell to an FFL or transfer to an FFL.
It depends where you go get it, because even some of like my buddy just tried to order like a couple cases of something in, and they wouldn't even ship it to me as an FFL.
It's amazing.
So
amazing. Even though there's no law prohibiting it.
It's no law prohibited. They just want to. They don't want to touch it. I've like it. It's hard enough for me to go get a new Gen 4 Glock in the state because most of my distributors won't even touch that and bring it in.
I got one right here.
I got one in the safe, but I had to go up to my buddy in New Hampshire to get it from his FFL.
Stupid. It's amazing.
It's just more Haley's scheme. You know, 99% of the law enforcement underneath her carry that firearm as a duty weapon. You know, and she's saying it's unsafe.
Well,
if it's so unsafe, why don't you have them switch to the M&P or something else?
Well, it actually happened before her under Martha Coakley, and there was a whole thing with Smith & Wesson was losing money, and it was done to help protect them. So,
you know, I just don't understand the whole, you know, if we got to register them anyways, why should we have to, you know, we should be able to choose what we want to buy. You know,
amazing.
And the funny thing is that I heard from this guy who I met with today, when she did that assault weapons thing, she didn't come to them. She didn't go to anybody. She just did it on her own.
Yeah, she just did it because she's in Massachusetts. She's a constitutional officer, which means she has kind of the same amount of power as the governor does. That's she
not right.
did it. Right. She did it the way she could do it, but she didn't do it the right way, which is why it should be overturned, hopefully this spring.
Yeah, no, hopefully. When is that coming up, Jerry?
Trial is tentatively scheduled for March, I believe. So at the end of the month, they should have the date soon. I don't know if it's been set, but as soon as I hear it, I'll be putting it out. But there's 2 trials being scheduled. One's through Goal, and the other one is through Christ. There was a couple gun shops and a couple private citizens that did it. The gun shops out of Worcester, and they're going at her too. And Com2A was helping out on that one, I believe.
Yeah, and then Goal was in one of them or both of them. I think they're helping out with both of them. I think the NRA was helping too with one of them.
Yeah, Pullman Arms is the main.
I don't know if he's even in business anymore over there for Pullman.
I heard I believe they are. But I know they did put something out on their page in the fall that they were stopping the gun portion, but we're still going to do the machining. But
yeah, I don't know if they're gonna. I heard a couple different stories. I heard that they weren't gonna have any inventory, but they were gonna keep their FFL and stuff and do special orders stuff and.
Yeah,
I
know that.
But I don't know.
I know Gun Parlor's in on one of the lawsuits. I just don't know which one Pullman is in and which one is that the Gun Parlor is in. So I'll hammer all that stuff out. I'll have to look through my files and pull out the paper again.
Because I know my buddy who's in Framingham, who's excellent gunsmith, is going out too. Just because he can't afford to pay a bunch of people and you know, the work is slow during the winter time, so he can't afford to stay, you know. So it's you know, I guess, you know, it's tough. The business is not easy. I'll tell you that. And people think, oh, I got an FFL, I get stuff for cheap. No, you don't get anything for cheap. You get it about on a new handgun. I get it for probably about 20% less than what I have to market at. And it depends on what it is too. Like some manufacturer has map prices now, where I can buy it from the distributor for so much, but I have to advertise it the lowest advertised price I have to sell it for. Okay. I can't sell it for any lower than that. So it's crazy with some of the stuff, you know. So people, like, everybody says, oh, when you become an FFL, you can get all these great deals. You really don't. It's really no great deal. I mean, you know, having a gun shop or having a firearm shop is more that you really love what you really love having firearms and stuff than anything, because it's not a real great living either.
Well, I thank you. You know, we've been talking for a couple months, and I thank you for putting your money where your mouth is and standing up for the community.
I mean, I have no problem. I'm hoping some of your subscribers will support the shop, and you know, I mean, we got.
I know they will. But there's quite a few asking you to sit down because you're making them dizzy.
What?
I said, I know they'll support you, but a couple of them are asking you to sit down because when you're walking around, they see the ceiling. It's making them dizzy.
I'll go sit down in my chair in my big chair. I apologize. Sometimes I get going and I can't stop. Sorry.
All right. All right. We got to thank you to Bruins again with another donation to the channel. Thank you, man. He says, thank you. Great job as always. I'll be calling Pete tomorrow. He has an LTC. He's an 03 FFL holder. Excited to do what he can to help you. And we need more dealers in mass. Donate to goal, everyone. So thank you, Bruins. He's the one who's going to be calling you to see if he can help you out.
Yeah, awesome. No, sorry about walking around, guys. I just get into a habit of moving, and I got a little bit of ADD or whatever they call it, where I can't concentrate on something really long, or I'll flake out fast. So,
just say you have like a Fitbit or something. Then don't worry about it.
I know the phone actually. I get the watch, whatever that watch is, and it tracks my steps. I'm doing like 12,000 steps a day just because I walk so much. And it's funny because I got a Chinese restaurant right across the street, and I got like a cafe right across the street. So for me to get food, it's like instead of me driving across, I just walk because I'm just gonna get something that's fattening anyways, and it's gonna go to my hips and thighs and my butt.
All right, a couple more people just came in. Even though you've said it a couple times, throw that address out there again, the name of the shop, and when you're opening.
So the name of the shop is Great Road Firearms, Stowe, Massachusetts. It's located at 128 Great Road, Stowe, Massachusetts, 01775. We're opening March 10th, which is a Saturday. We'll be open at 10 a.m. The first 10 people that walk in, I'll give a free T-shirt to that has the Great Road Firearms logo on it. The phone number here is 978-298-5401. You guys are welcome to call. We charge $25 for a transfer of a firearm. So if you guys need a transfer or anything like that, we can do it if you're in the local area. So it's a great thing. Hopefully whoever wins the shield lives closer or not so close, wherever. I mean, we're going to do, when we do that shield giveaway, Jared, everything's going to be on the books. It's nothing. We're going to do everything by state, federal, and all the local regulations.
Absolutely. And even though I mentioned in the original video, let everybody know that if they do live in a crazy state that's worse than this, where they can't receive the gun, what are you going to do for them?
I'm just going to get them a Visa or MasterCard gift card for the value of what the firearm costs.
Awesome. I mean, you don't see that every day, ladies and gentlemen. So again, my hat's off to you, man, for stepping up and being serious in this game. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to do whatever I can. I mean, like, you know, when they put those bills in, I call them Ed Markey. They know me by first and last name over there because I'm calling them all the time. I call all those politicians all the time.
When you call Ed Markey, you call his home in Maryland, or the home he pretends?
I just call his office, and the lady over there knows me. I called on him and the rest of the Democrats in Massachusetts when Trump had his speech there that other couple days, and none of them would clap for the president.
Yeah, go figure.
Yeah, they're all sitting there like, even though it's stuff that they probably would agree with anyways.
I want to say thank you to Chris, Mass Gun Rights. He made a donation to the channel for $666 in honor of Mara Healy. It's awesome.
Oh, nice. Nice. Hey, you know, I met the guy who's the owner of Mass Gun Rights. He actually came to the shop because he was doing a speech for Mr. McMahon, and he came to the shop to pick up some paperwork from me. So he's seen the shop.
Awesome. Good
He's
stuff.
a good guy.
He is. I've known him for years. Somebody's asking, will you be selling reloading supplies eventually? Obviously, you're just opening up, but you're going to be selling reloading stuff?
I don't know, because I got a Cabela's 15 minutes down the road from me.
Good answer.
So I gotta kind of gotta get a niche. I gotta like the local rangers are already asking me if I'm gonna sell shotgun stuff. It's probably not gonna be, because the Cabela's sells shotgun ammo and, you know, clay pigeons, and they do a lot of used shotguns up there. So I'll have shotguns here, but I'm probably not gonna get into like the sporting aspect of the shotguns. It's probably gonna be more of a home defense shotgun type.
Sweet. Good job. All right. So what time is it? It's 8:30, so we've been at this for an hour. So for those of you who are sticking by, thank you. We won't keep you much longer. Plain Texas Girl says thank you. She did a donation to the channel. I love the name. A Texas, A girl, and A Plain. So thank
That's
you
cool. That's
for the
cool.
support. Appreciate it so much.
Maybe the day you come down, if you come down for the opening day, Jared, maybe we'll do a small live chat while we're in the shop.
Yeah, definitely. I would definitely plan on doing that. Just we'll have to see what the schedule is. I don't want to.
And we'll have to do if you got time, maybe once a month, we'll have to get a gun review up on my channel.
Consider that a deal. As long as
we'll go out that day and go up to either the Harvard Sportsman Club or Maynard Rod and Gun, do a gun and then shoot it, and then come back and do the review on it.
Absolutely, man. You can guarantee that. That's not a problem.
Yeah. Hey, Jared, thanks for serving with our law enforcement guys out there. Appreciate it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you.
If you guys are, just so you guys know, if you guys are current law enforcement, retired law enforcement, military, fire, EMS, any of those guys, they get 5% off of anything in the store.
Awesome, man. These guys still giving back.
That's for any, fire, EMS, police, any armed services, military. All I need to see is, your retired military ID or some kind of ID saying you're that kind of person. Because, you got a lot of fakes out there nowadays.
Yeah. So people are already looking to support you in any way they can. Plain Texas Girl is asking, will you be selling your T-shirts on your website so that you can help support the shop?
If she
Easy for you to say.
emails one. If she emails me with her stuff, I will. I'll just send her one.
All right, throw your email out there.
My email is greatroadfirearms@gmail.com.
Now everybody's gonna email you saying that they're Plain Texas Girl.
Yeah, I know. I'll know who it is. No. Guys, if you want the T-shirts, I got one color and I got two colors. If you guys want the one colors, they'll be about $8 plus shipping. If you guys want the two colors, they'll be about $16 with shipping. So you just email me and I can send T-shirts, and I'll send you some stickers and some pens and stuff too with that.
Awesome. Hey, and I sell shirts too.
And then Jared, also, you got to support Jared too, because he sells shirts on his channel, and I have some of your shirts, Jared. They're pretty good.
And I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you.
I gotta, hopefully we can maybe get my local guy to print out some of the stuff you have, and we'll be able to sell it in the shop here for you.
Yeah,
and that
absolutely.
That will be 100% your money for your channel.
We can talk about that, man. Don't worry about that stuff.
No, I wanna support your channel.
I appreciate it. You already have quite a bit, so thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, so again, before we say goodbye to everybody, do your promo bit again. The name, the address of the shop, how they can get a hold of you, and when your official opening is.
So my name is Peter. I'm just opening a shop in Massachusetts. The name of the shop is Great Road Firearms. The address is 128 Great Road, Stowe, Massachusetts, 01775. We'll be opening March 10th at 10 a.m. The first 10 people through the door, I will give them a shirt. Our phone number here is 978-298-5401. And if you're military, law enforcement, EMS, fire, it's a 5% discount.
Awesome.
Those guys with a qualifying ID.
Awesome. Steve Franklin, another donation to the channel. Thank you. I still am in debt to you for your PA system at the State House, man. Thank you. So real quick, Pete, stay on the line. Don't hang up. For everybody watching, thank you for your attention, for staying with us for the last hour. I hope that if you're in driving range of Stowe, Massachusetts, you'll go down and see Pete and support his shop. We need it. It's somebody who is on our side and who has put his money where his mouth is, all over the state to try to help for the Second Amendment. So the least we can do is to help him succeed. And I ask all of you, all 42,000 plus of you, to do that.
Could I add one thing?
Absolutely,
come down here that day and you haven't signed Mr. McMahon's nominations papers, please ask me, and I will bring out the paperwork and you can sign his paper so we can get a pro gun attorney general into office.
Absolutely. All right. So Pete, hold on. We'll chat in a
Yep.
second. For everybody else, I appreciate you more than you know. Please like and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And until we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, carry a weapon. Good night, everybody. Take care.